first poem here years ago, and it took me from Auckland, New Zealand to Paris and all points in between. And much love to all King and this community. Here we go. This one's called Rockbiter. Anybody seen that movie, Never Ending Story? The mountain dude, right? So here you go.
His hands!
They look like big, strong hands, don't they? But for some, they are eerily reminiscent of drunken stepfathers who didn't listen, abusive lovers who didn't ask permission, of bullies who never got to see the gold within because they were too busy fracking the ether out of innocence these bronze hands. Give people flashbacks of brass knuckles, tall, dark, and sinister, skin across their eyelids, wary of their trinkets. These hands look like they would snatch their children in the night. Fright in the eyes of a stranger is hard to chisel away. So I choose to dispel the myths and preconceived notions. Not all giants from the ocean are created violent. Some of us dream of violent solos while fumbling with a lack of nimble. Sometimes these big, strong hands are too small to cradle all these broken dreams. I hold them too close, I suppose. The pitter-patter of shattered hopes on tattered heartstrings are a practice tune. These fingers sing. Sometimes they make me a target. So many Napoleons want their volley to knock the nose off the Sphinx, so I meander to the metamorphosis of these metacarpals into mandible munchers, and it made me malignant. They look like big old fucking meat mashers, don't they? These boulders used to reduce mountains into molehills, but though they once were warriors, these old soldiers gather moss. Seen enough violence for 2 lifetimes and have since retired. They beg forgiveness for sinning against their brothers and taking up arms against them. Nobody ever asks me what I seek, because to me, they look like Blaine the Big Kid for defending himself against the antagonistic little shit with a chip on his shoulder. They look like these big digits won't fit fingertip thimble kisses. They look like high rollers, scapegoats, and tactile regret. I know the fuck they look like, but they are Grandpa's fissures filled with pride in combing my hair. Their grandma's amethyst veins helping me cross cracked pavement. Their dads throwing discus. My uncle shooting hoops. My brothers playing music regardless of what they look like. My hands are large and powerful from a long line of love with no time for the presumptions of mice and men. My hands were trained by earth mothers who let Olelo Hawaii roll thunder across the valley and echo from the cliffs. My granite palms are diamonds in the rough, smooth enough to wipe away little streams from northern springs and put pressure on cuts to stop rivulets from leaking. My hands massage, caress, intertwine, and heal, move nimbly with knotwork. They tremble and quake. They help me stand up straight. My hands can stand the heat, so that even while it's still molten, they will help shape the golden heart within the next mountain. Make some noise for all Kings. Say what's up for all of you that recognize. This place sure has been awesome, right? So one more just to say goodbye. This is a true story. Totally got punished for saying this shit to my 3rd grade teacher because I was a smartass. And here we go. This is called Legacy. I remember being asked, as all children are at that age, what do you want to be when you grow up? And of all the cacophony of vocations, astronaut, firefighter, cowboy, doctor, the only thing that made sense was the one that probably didn't make any dollars. I said I wanted to be a good father. I didn't want to be an astronaut because I was taught that I didn't have to leave to succeed. That I could climb to any height so long as I kept my feet on the ground, my head in the clouds, and my sights on my principles. Didn't want to be a firefighter. Passion already blazed inside a frame too young of age to accept its power. Besides, probably going to spend a lifetime extinguishing my demons anyway. We were already cowboys. Our Wild West days were just beginning, trying to hijack a living from bandits in three-piece suits. I may not be a doctor, but I was given all the surgical instruments one would need to heal broken hearts, stitch up old wounds, and mend rifts between siblings. The teacher smiled. That is so adorable, but I don't think you understood the question. Chalking it up to childhood ignorance, walked up to the chalkboard and wrote, "What job, double underline, do you want?" I grunted. Mine's the most important job I've heard all day. What the fuck does my job have to do with what I want to be? She jolted, surprised at the thunderclouds beneath my eyebrows and the venom in my voice. She had no choice but to put me on timeout to think about what I've done. Well, I'd still prefer to have a job rather than be one. And the thought of a son is only slightly more enticing than a daughter, because with a son, I only got to worry about one penis. And that's only if he's straight. And that's only if he identifies as he. Now, for those of you who may be concerned not having any kids, I wasn't expecting them anytime soon, but sometimes I envision their rooms in my head, tucking them into bed and singing them to sleep like my father did for me, passing on the lessons that I learned from him, that anger will make you strong. Yeah. But love will make you powerful. Family is the foundation on which all strong homes are built, and that wilting beneath the weight of your tear ducts is the true measure of a good man. So don't spend the saline solution frivolously. Not when it can sterilize a tattered spirit for it to begin the healing process. And that your name means something. That your imagination is the greatest toy and strongest weapon you will ever possess, and that it's one of a kind. In a technological age where there's a perfectly logical explanation for everything, I will teach them to dream. But what destitute times we must be living in when children are so world-weary they cannot even believe in magic. I will teach them to make lightning dance beneath their fingertips, to sing with sea creatures and call the many winds by their first names, that there are many shades of good and evil, but you gotta be one of the good guys. There are so many of the bad ones running loose. And when I'm shaken loose from this mortal coil, you breathe in the morning. I will be in the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe in the sunrise. I will be the eyes looking back at you from the mirror. Always remember that Daddy loves you. And if anybody's ever stupid enough to ask, is your father dead? You hold your head up high and you say, no, he isn't. Because he lives in me. I don't have any kids, but I'm expecting one pretty damn soon. And I am excited to meet them. Thank you very much.